Return of the Living Dead, one of my favorite movie ever. I think that we all know that sooner or later this will have come, and I don't think that too many people are excited about that. Now, don't get me wrong, I, as a lot of you, have seen this new trailer of Return of the Living Dead, a supposedly sequel of the original one, and let me say, the teaser doesn't look bad, but also it's really short and doesn't say anything, you know. And at some point I was even excited for the movie. First I've seen the trailer, I was like, okay, it's not bad, you know. Then I read some stuff on the website, then I got excited, and then all my excitement dropped down immediately. And I will tell you why right now. Let's first talk of the positive things of this sequel. From what we can read on the website, Return of the Living Dead is not a reboot or a remake, but a brand new adventure. Audience can expect to be welcomed back into the dark, humored, sexy, edgy, trioxin-fueled world horror fans first encountered in 1985. The teaser clip was produced without CGI or green screen, using all practical costume and effects, shot on location. Behind Steve Walsh, Living Dead Media is devoted to this level of vintage in-camera storytelling. Bringing the Snow is No Business, who is the leading Wither FX company in the world, whose work you have seen in The Day After Tomorrow, The Walking Dead, Star Wars, and many more. Now, this part here got me really excited after the trailer, because a movie that doesn't rely on CGI nowadays, that's really rare. So I really applaud this choice by them. They could have used CGI at least for the snow, but they didn't, and I really appreciate that. And this was a huge thumb up on my side. Now, let's continue to read. Brain teaser. It took several days to build the cemetery for the Return of the Living Dead official teaser called A Stolen Christmas Tree. This process included installing 40 feet of real iron fencing as well as nearly 100 gravestones. To bring a snowy winter blizzard to Los Angeles required running over 40 gallons an hour of falling snow, at a cost of $50,000 a day to cover an area of just 500 square yards. That's a lot of money for a teaser. I don't know if this cemetery was built up for the movie in general and will be still there, or it was just for a teaser. As they said here, it took several days to build the cemetery for the official teaser. So, wow, where this money comes from, because as we will see later, I don't think they have a huge budget behind. Now let's continue with the nice thing. To help bring the vision to the screen, Steve Walsh brought storyboard artist Pete Von Sholly on board. Not only has Von Sholly worked on films such as The Mist, Child's Play, Mars Attacks, and recently Sonic, but he's also a Return of the Living Dead alum, having created the storyboards for the Return of the Living Dead Part 2 and Part 3. Now, I am the one that enjoyed the trilogy, even if the third one is really different from the first two. I remember I enjoy a lot also the second one, but I need to rewatch them because it was a long time ago. So this is good. This is another good step in the right direction that makes me excited, because I'm like, they're bringing people that knows about the movie, and that's always a good thing. And the CV of this guy, you know, Child's Play, The Mist, and Return of the Living Dead Part 2 and 3, it's a good CV. Then there's this post, the timeline of events from the Return of the Living Dead universe. Return of the Living Dead 2025 takes place in the winter of 1985, a whole 18 months after the events of the Return of the Living Dead 1985. A new trioxin leak kicks off a zombie outbreak in a quiet Pennsylvania town, and if surviving a zombie outbreak isn't hard enough, the new characters will have to also contend with blizzard conditions. Next Christmas, it's Starman who will be coming to town. The thing that I loved about this is that being a sequel of the original one, which is from 1985, means that this movie here will be set in 1986. And this excited me a lot because, as I've said many times on this channel, if you're doing a sequel of a horror movie from the 80s, there is no way you will succeed if you do that movie in modern times. I mean, imagine a sequel of, for example, E.T. with phones, social medias and stuff like this. It can work. The magic of the 80s can be recreated with a sequel in the modern days, okay? So having a sequel of a classic from the 80s set in the 80s, that's for me is already a huge win. And I'm really looking forward to see if they will keep the atmosphere from the 80s, the color grading, the style, the grainy look and stuff like this, because the trailer, the teaser was good, but was pretty clean in my opinion. They should do something more like Terrifier, which always tried to look a little bit more retro, you know, even if it's set in modern days. So let's see, because I'm excited about the fact that it's set in the 80s. More excitement stuff comes from this. Special effects legend Tony Gardner was just starting his career when he got the job on 1985's Return of the Living Dead. He left an immediate impression after creating the half-corpse zombie for the film, then went on to create practical movie magic for films such as Hocus Pocus, Zombieland, Seed of Chucky, and the Chucky series. Tony is back working inside the Anida universe, where he was excited to create a new terrifying Tarman using his 40 years of experience and modern techniques, while staying true to the roots of everyone's favorite brain-munching zombie from the original film. This is another good thing, that the original guy that worked on Return of the Living Dead is back, the guy that worked on special effects, and the fact that the movie, will be all practical effects, as I understood, and no CGI at all. My excitement here started to be really high, even if I know I shouldn't, and I lost it, as we will see later. But yeah, at this point I was really into it, really into it. Last good thing about this before we drop the bomb and we take off all our excitement is this one. The process of making the new Tarman from Return of the Living Dead took almost a year to complete. And this shows some devotion, for the movie. This shows that they're trying to do stuff properly, because 1 year just to making the new Tarman, that's a lot of time considering how movie industries are working today, In January, the veteran creature actor underwent a full body life cast so that Tony Gardner and his talented team at Alteran Inc. could go to work, crafting a terrifying new Tarman using modern techniques to make an all-practical costume to custom-fit the actor, while taking great inspiration for the original 1985 design. Over the course of the last few months prior to filming, there were several special fitting sessions to test the mobility of look of the suit and head mask pieces so they fit comfortably for plenty of brain eating. And reading this, I was thinking, they're going to do stuff seriously. They're really loving the original movie and they're going to do stuff seriously. Again, 1 year just for Tarman. I don't know the budget of the movie. The first one budget was like about 3-4 million, and we have seen how 3-4 millions are already enough to do a really great horror movie. Even Terrifier, for example, the third one costed 2 millions compared to the first two, and the gap was huge. I mean, the third one was a huge step ahead in terms of filming and so on, So seems like that they have the budget to do all this stuff and takes 1 year just to invest on Tarman costumes. I don't know. But the problems comes right now. And this is the main problem, guys. Writer, director and producer Steve Walsh studied screenwriting under storied professor John Glavin, whose other students include Jonathan Nolan, Jim Gaffigan and John Mulaney. Walsh went on to write and direct his first film, Muck, followed by Kill Her Goats and Fog City. As the director of this new film, Walsh has fought for it to be one of the most ambitious modern film ever made that is completely free of CGI. As CEO of Living Dead Media, Walsh's efforts have brought the original film's exposure and popularity to an all-time high. And this is the problem, guys. I didn't know about this guy, So yesterday I went to check his 3 movies. I didn't watch them, I watched some reviews, I watched some trailer, and oh boy, we are in a huge trouble. Now, I like that they put out that he studied screenwriting and blah blah, and the other students were Jonathan Nolan, but that doesn't mean really a lot, I can go and study in a place and still suck. And the main problem is that I went online, I checked his movies, I was actually excited. I thought maybe, it's one of those new director that done 3 independent movies and they're all fucking great, people love it. I really wish it was that the case, but no. For example, Kill Her Goats has just 47 positive thumb ups on Google. I've noticed that when a movie has like less than 75% or 75-ish, the movie usually already suck. Having just 47 positive thumb up means that the movie is pretty bad. Then I went on IMDb and the movie has 3 out of 10 as a vote. And then I've seen that it's also available on Amazon, where it has 1.5 stars out of 5. It's not really good, guys. It's not really good. His first movie, Mac, is even worse, has 44% of positive thumbnails, 2.7 out of 10 on IMDb, and 1.4 out of 5 stars on Amazon Prime. Fog City, which is the last movie, same, 48% thumb up on Google, 3.3 out of 10 on IMDb, and 1.6 out of 5 stars on Amazon Prime. And guys, in this moment I was like, here we are again. It's clear that we will not have a good movie, because then I checked the comment section on the teaser of Return of the Living Dead, and people are like, take off your expectation, guys. This guy is the modern Uwe Boll, one of the worst director out there. House of Dead, Alone in the Dark, and other really bad stuff, okay? Really bad stuff. So telling that this director, Steve Walsh, is basically Uwe Boll, that really dropped all my excitement for the project. I've seen the trailer of those 3 movies, and what I've noticed is that there's always so many hot chicks in provoking costumes, clothes. Nothing bad with that, actually, you know, but I'm scared that Return of the Living Dead will be just like this movie, with a bunch of chicks, you know, in sexy costumes, bad acting and nothing else, you know, because watching the trailers of those 3 movies doesn't really makes me want to watch them, you know, and they all 3 looks pretty amateur. That's the same problem I have also with Terrifier, which beside the 3rd one, which looks more cinematic. The first 2 Terrifier were directed with a professional cinema camera and they still look kinda amateur. And the same goes to those 3 movies. They kinda look amateur, like a project done by YouTubers, you know, that are studying cinema or stuff like this. So, you know, that already dropped my excitement for the new movie. I mean, the teaser looked pretty good. Maybe it's a question of budget, I don't know, but you know, you can do a lot of good things even with a small budget, and those 3 trailers, man. So I don't think we will have anything good out of it, but I will be really glad to be proven wrong. So, Steve Walsh, I know that you will probably fucked up this movie so hard, but if you prove me wrong, I swear I will give you my public apologies. So before I say about the money, okay? I know that one of those 3 movies up there costed $250,000, which is how much costed Terrifier 2. And you know, they spent $50,000 just for the teaser. So I guess they got a much bigger budget, and I really hope so, because Return of the Living Dead needs at least $3, $4, $5 million in the current time, maybe even more, to produce something nice. I don't want to see a Return of the Living Dead with an amateur look and feeling, with super bad acting. I want something that reminds me totally the 80s and the first movie. If you can't have that, don't waste your money on it. Don't do it, please. Save the money. Save us from watching a bad sequel of a classic. Because for now, I don't have any movie from the 80s that got a sequel that was good nowadays. I don't know, guys. If it was maybe a spin-off, still set in the 80s, maybe I will be fine with that, but direct sequel of a classic, if you do a sequel from a classic from the 80s, you make your work harder like 100 times more, you know. So I don't know, guys. I lost my excitement. I really like that they are going on all practical effects, etc. I really want to be proven wrong. I want they to make the best movie ever and say, look, Boris, you suck. We make a great movie now, apologize. I'll be the first one. I'll make a video, I'll say this movie is freaking great. With that said, this is all for this video. Let me know what you guys think about this teaser, this sequel, if we really needed it or not. And I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers!